All right, so this is number 1. This is one of the classic problems where you're plugging in the numbers for the variable. So they give you the 3 variables here, and then they give you something to plug it into. So in this case, I have r, which is turning into 4, plus b, which is 2, minus g, which is negative 5. Be careful with that negative, negative, times b, which is 2, and g, which is negative 5. Right, so in this case, I would honestly probably go straight, you could go straight to your calculator, and you could say, all right, I'm going to plug in parentheses, 4 plus 2 minus negative 5, parentheses, times 2 plus negative 5, parentheses, press enter, I get negative 33, which would be my answer A. Right, if you didn't want to do that, you could do like 4 plus 2 is 6. This would turn into a plus, which is 5, which is 11. And then 2 plus negative 5 would be negative 3. 11 times negative 3 is negative 33. So you could do it either way there. For number 2, it says Geraldine purchases 1 box of granola bars and 6 chocolate bars for a total of $22. The price of each box of granola bars is $2.50, and the price of each box of chocolate bars is $N. Which of the following equations models Geraldine's purchase? So Geraldine bought 1 granola bar and 6 chocolate bars for a total price of $22. Right? And then it tells us that the granola bar is $2.50, so 1 times $2.50 plus a box of chocolate bars is $N, so 6 times the chocolate bar was just N. Right, so that's still going to be equal to $22. So I'm going to look for the one that looks closest to mine. So I see $22 is on the outside here. And then I have 1 times 250 would just be 250 plus 6N equals 22. It looks like J would be my best answer. I don't want to multiply the granola bars, don't cost $N, so it's not 250. And then this is not a plus sign here, so I know it's not H. And then $22 is the answer, so I know it's not F or G, so it must be J. For number 3, it says, in ABC shown below, line AC is congruent to line BC. So right here, this means congruent, which means equal to each other. Right, so congruent is equal. So they're equal to, so AC and BC are equal. So sometimes you see that with little lines like this, tick marks. It says the measure of angle A is 48 degrees. So if I know that this is 48, then I also know that this side over here is 48 because the sides are the same. Right? And then they say, what is the measure of angle C? So they want to know this over here. That's my question. So I need to figure out how many. So I know that a triangle has 180 degrees. And I see that 48 and 48 have already been used up. So I'm going to subtract 48 and subtract another 48. And I can go to my calculator. 180 minus 48 minus 48 leaves me with 84 degrees. And I can see that's like close to 90 degrees, like close to a right angle. So that makes sense that it'd be about 84 degrees. So my answer is angle B. Or answer B. Cool. Number 4. Number 4 says a square has a perimeter of 20 feet. What is the area in square feet of the square? So they tell me the perimeter. They tell me what shape it is. So I'm going to immediately draw a square. They tell me the perimeter is 20 feet. So perimeter means around the outside. Right, all the sides added up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I know is that square has all the same sides. So all of these sides are the same. So I can do 20 divided by 4 to figure out what each side is. So this is 5, this is 5, that's 5, and this is 5. And they want to know what is the area. Area is always length times width, or base times height if you'd like. So base times height would be 5 by 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So your answer would be H, 25. For number 5, it says a bag contains exactly 21 solid color buttons, 3 red, 6 blue, and 12 white. What's the probability of randomly selecting one button that is not white? So out of all the buttons, there are 21 buttons. How many of them are not white? So 12 of them are white, 3 of them are blue, 6 of them are blue and 3 of them are red. So 9 are other colors, right? So this is something not white. And so out of the total, I always put the total on bottom here. And I see that there's not one of my answers, so I'm going to think like, oh, maybe this can be simplified. I know both of these can be divided by 3. So I know that 9 divided by 3 would be 3 on top, 21 divided by 3 would be 7 on top. Right, so 3 over 7, I can see that answer is here. C. You can also go to your calculator and say, okay, I know 9 divided by 21, math enter, enter. It says 3 over 7, so you can do it that way. That is number 5. Number 6 says, what's the value of this here? And it has these straight up and down bars. The straight up and down bars mean absolute value. Right? Absolute value means anything inside of it, once it's just a number, is going to turn into the positive version. So absolute value means positive. So absolute value of negative 7 would be positive 7. And then we're going to be subtracting. And then in this case, we don't turn this into a positive. We do 7 minus 29, which would be negative 22, still inside the absolute value bar. And then now that it's just that number inside of there, now we take that and turn it into the positive version. So this would be positive 22. So now 7 minus 22 would be negative 15. Right, so our answer would be G. If you're not comfortable, you can do it in your calculator. Something that you might know is that there's a math button. You press the math button and you go over to number. Right there it says ABS. ABS stands for absolute value. So if you press that, you'll see those bars come up on your calculator. You type in negative 7. Press the over button to get out of there. Press the minus. Then go ahead and press that button again. Go over to number, absolute value. Get 7 minus 29. Press enter. Get that number, negative 15. You know your answer is G. And that's it.